Today we are learning about exponents. Please copy the standard benchmark indicators down on a clean page in your math notebook. Explain the relationship, including the use of exponential notation, among the place values of numbers up to 1 billion. The student will investigate and describe concepts of positive exponents. Exploring place value relationships. The expression 10 to the fourth means 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. The number 10 is called the base. The number 4 is called the exponent. 10 to the fourth is read as 10 to the fourth power. The exponent tells us how many tens to multiply. So 10 to the fourth is the product of 4 tens. So 10 to the fourth equals 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which equals 10,000. Write the value of each number. So we've got 10 to the second power, also known as 10 squared. So it's going to be 10 times 10, which equals 100. For number 2, we have 10 to the fifth, so it's going to be 10 multiplied by itself 5 times. Which gets us 100,000. For 3, we have 10 to the third, or 10 cubed. So we have 3 tens multiplied together, and that equals 1,000. For 4, we have 10 to the 6th, so that's going to be 6 tens multiplied, which gets us 1 million. For 5, we have 1,000, which equals 10 times 10 times 10, and they want us to write each number using exponents. So 1,000 is 10 to the third, because you have to multiply 3 tens to get there. 10,000 is 4 tens multiplied together, so it becomes 10 to the fourth. For 1 million, as we know from above, it's 6 tens multiplied together, so we have a base of 10 and 6 as the exponent. An important thing to keep in mind regarding the base and the exponent, the base should always be a bigger written number, and the exponent should be a smaller number up to the right of the base. So for 8, we have 100, which is 10 times 10. So it's 10 to the second power, also known as 10 squared. For number 9, in 10 to the 7th, the number 10 is the base, and the number 7 is the exponent. Number 10, what do you notice about the exponent and the number of zeros in the number? Well, if we look up above, we can see that the number of zeros in 100 is 2, and that's the exponent for 10 to the second power, 10 squared. If we look at a million, there's 6 zeros in it, is 10 to the 6th. So the exponent equals the number of zeros in the number. So this trick only works when the base is 10, but it works anytime the base is 10. So if you have 10 to the 15th, you know it's a 1 followed by 15 zeros. Exponents. When you multiply numbers, each number is a factor of the result. Repeated multiplication can be represented by using exponential notation. The base is the number to be multiplied. The exponent is the number that tells you how many times the base is used as a factor. So in 3 to the 5th, 3 is the base, 5 is the exponent. It means 3 is being multiplied by itself 5 times. So it's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Example 1. Write 4 times 4 times 4 using exponents. The number to be multiplied is 4, so 4 will be the base. The base is used as a factor 3 times, so 3 will be the exponent. So 4 times 4 times 4 equals 4 to the 3rd, or 4 cubed. Try it. Write 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 using exponents. We know the base is 7. We have 6 sevens, so that's the exponent. Which means in exponential notation, it's 7 to the 6th power. Write using exponents. For D, we have 25 times 25 times 25. So we know the base is 25. We have 3 25s, so the exponent will be 3. So we have 25 cubed, or 25 to the 3rd power. For E, we have 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. So our base is 6. We have 7 sixes, so our exponent is 7. So this is going to be 6 to the 7th power. For F, we have 4 tens, so it's 10 to the 4th. For G, we have 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 9. So we have 6 nines there. So it's going to be 9 as the base, 6 as the exponent. Example 2. Write 3 to the 4th in expanded n standard forms. The base is 3. It is the number being multiplied. The exponent is 4. It is the number of times the base is multiplied. In expanded form, 3 to the 4th is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. In standard form, 3 to the 4th equals 81 because I multiplied all the 3's together. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. For H, we have 5 to the 3rd, so first we're going to write it out in expanded form, 5 times 5 times 5. Next, we're going to do the multiplication. We know 5 times 5 is 25, and then 25 times 5 is 125. So in standard form, 5 to the 3rd equals 125. The biggest mistake people make with this is they multiply the base times the exponent. That's not what it's telling you to do. 5 times 3 is 15, but that's not correct. We're multiplying 5 times 5 times 5. We're multiplying 5 3 times. So make sure you're very careful about that. 5 to the 3rd actually equals 125. For I, we have 4 to the 4th, so we're going to write it out in expanded form. And now we're going to go ahead and do the math off to the right to figure out what standard form is. So 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, when it goes to standard form, equals 256. For J, we have 2 to the 5th, so we're going to write out 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And now we're going to go ahead and multiply them all together to get our answer. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals 32. Make sure you've copied down all the work for both pages and glue both pages in your math notebook.